higher, saying yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Trandon Welch, 34 years old. I'm the owner of Welch Inc., and I am from Monroe, Louisiana. Before I get started, let me just say this is not an interview to go along with the Monroe the series. This is not one of those. This is just a video I felt like maybe I should do. It's like 2:46 a.m. right now, and I was just like, I just finished editing, and so I was like, let me go ahead and make a video saying thank you. Thank you for watching the series. Thank you for commenting, reposting, sharing, DMing feedback, liking, all of that good stuff. I got great feedback from it. I believe a lot of people who were interviewed had some great feedback that they shared with me. And so overall, we believe it was a success. There were a few questions. I think there were a lot of questions, but there were a few that stood out that I felt like maybe I would address. And so that's what I'll do in this video, and shouldn't take too long, and you can just keep scrolling or whatever. So yeah, the first question was, so why did I do this series? So the vision behind Monroe the series kind of came from a conversation that I was having with someone that was not from Monroe. I was telling them, about my hometown and everything. They was kind of telling me, where they were from and all of that. And so somehow it ended up Googling Monroe. And unfortunately, Monroe is listed as the most dangerous city in the United States for the year 2022. Now, the list is kind of made from cities that has 30,000 people or more. A lot of people feel like, well, that's the only reason why Monroe is on the list is because we only have 30,000 people. So when you average it out, there's a lot of crime. Um, I mean, if you want to use that as a cop out, you can, but I don't think, no matter how many people is in the city of Monroe, it's just not a good look. It's not even comforting to know that, that you're from a city that is listed as the most dangerous city in 50 states. That's kind of bad. So no, it is bad. And so from there, anytime I'm just the type of person that like anytime, I see a need or I feel a tug like on my heart or something, and I feel like my skill set, whichever skill set that I have, could contribute in a positive way, then I'll offer that. There's times where I'll connect with someone or some company or some business or some entrepreneur or some nonprofit and offer anything that I may have that could help. And so I felt like I would do that with this, and that's where it came from. So that's the kind of vision behind Monroe the series. I was hoping that if I highlight these people that that are doing positive things, great things in the community, that have success stories, that someone would see it and it would motivate them to to follow in those steps, or either just create their own lane or just keep going in whatever lane they're already in. So that's kind of the vision behind Monroe the series. So here are the questions. The first question was um, well, that was the first question. So to say, I'm sorry, I'm like sleepy, super sleepy. So the second question was, so why did I choose the people that I chose for the interview series? So okay, here's the thing, and let me say this. Let me say this first. So there was no one that I thought about for this series that I said no, I'm not going to interview them. There were, that met the qualifications. So I didn't think about people and realize like, oh, they could be on the series, and then said, no, I don't like them. I'm not putting them on the series or something like that. I don't even think that way. So, you don't have to worry about that. But the qualifications that I use for this particular season was to be a part of the generation that I'm a part of. I'm a millennial. I'm 34 years old. So you have my parents, which is baby boomers. Then you have Generation X. Then you have millennials, and then you have Generation Z, um, which are the young kids or whatever. I wanted to use the millennials because I feel like millennials are at that age now where there are a lot of success stories coming about. We're finding our groove. Maybe getting married. Starting families, things like that. So we're coming into our, official adulthood, but at the same time, we're not so far removed from our youth that we can't relate to the younger generation. So that's why I used millennials for this interview series. Also, the qualifications. I don't have a stationary setup to film or a studio or anything like that to work in Monroe. So the people that I chose, most of them have storefronts or like businesses, offices, or whatever where I could come to film them. That was one of the main parts because a lot of um, these interviews, these episodes, they were done in the same day. So I was just going to their different location. So that was a qualification. Um, I think there was another one, but I can't really think right now. But yeah, so that's why I chose the people that I chose. A lot of those people I have worked with in the past, so I knew them off the top of my head, and I knew that it wasn't gonna be me introducing myself for the first time, asking about an interview. These were people. Most of them already had their contacts and everything like that, so I could just shoot them a text and say, "Hey, I want to do this quick interview with you. When are you available?" So yeah, that's why the people got chose who got chose. Third question: did I get paid for this? This was not a paid gig. Even though I used my actual equipment that I get paid to use, I didn't get paid to do any of these interviews. And I'm sure if you're a creator of a more professional level, then you saw the mistakes in these interviews, whether that be color grading, whether that be any type of mishaps with cutting back from camera to camera, or I mean, all of this was a one man show, and it was done like very, very, very quick. So there was no compensation for any of this. Although I appreciate everyone that I interviewed that turned around and did business with me. I greatly appreciate that. But no, this was not a pay gig. Nobody sponsored it or anything like that. The city or anything didn't. We didn't even. I mean, I didn't ask for any of that. So no, you don't have to worry about that. Or there's no one you can call to say, well, y'all pay him to do this and he didn't even interview me or whatever. So no. Fourth question was when will I release more hoodies? So if you want one of these hoodies, I released these when the interview series first started. This is Chanel patching, and the hoodie is pretty thick quality. So I did pre-orders with these hoodies because they're pretty expensive to make, and I wasn't just about to purchase a lot of hoodies and just have them and hope that somebody will buy them. Didn't really make a profit off of this, so I'll probably release them again once it gets a little cooler if you guys want them. If not, it was a one-hit thing for the series. Appreciate you purchasing it, but I may do another pre-order after the summer or whatever like that. You can go to www.rosecityclothing.com and you can get t-shirts. It's not Chanel patching, it's direct to garment printing, and so I mean they're nice. If you want one, if you don't, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. And the last question is, how people are asking, how do I make the cut for season two? So if I do another season of this, which I don't know, because this is a lot of work, and I actually still have to work for money. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a season two. If I do a season two, I think I may do something a little bit different. I might focus on like some music talent that's in the area, or I might go to some politicians if they want to speak. But I don't know. I don't know. But I am working on one short series. I'm waiting to hear back, but I'm trying to do a series about, just your basic rights when approached by law enforcement. I feel like, especially in our community or in the black community, a lot of people don't know their rights. When pulled over or when asked to ID yourself, if you're just walking down the street, a lot of people don't know. What can they say? What can't they say? What's within their rights, or if law enforcement violated their rights or violated your rights, or if you're about to violate yourself by not knowing your rights. So I feel like if I can get someone qualified to just give some information on that, that'll be beneficial to combat these negative statistics about our city. I feel like the crime rate could be high, or the statistics of how many people get arrested or whatever could be high, because some people just simply don't know what they can and can't do legally. Um, as crazy as that sound, I just believe that could be a factor in all of this as well. So yeah, I don't know if there'll be a season two. There may be, and maybe not. Hey, but listen, this is one thing that I said. I always do whatever I do to inspire people. So if you're inspired by this and you're like, well, he should have did it this way, and he should have done that, and hey, listen, man, listen, you should do it. You should get your camera. You can use your iPhone or whatever, and start creating content that's positive that you can put out into the atmosphere, man. I don't claim to know it all by far. I just try to stay in my lane. And that's my lane is a pretty wide lane. There's a lot of areas I'm connected to. There's a lot of different sectors in the earth that I'm connected to. So, I do a lot of things. But if you feel like this series could have been better if I would have done this or that or whatever, before you even DM me, just do it yourself. Just hey, link up with somebody and say, hey, let's do Monroe the series part two or Rose City series or whatever. Trust me, it won't be any bad blood my way. I won't say you're copying me or anything like that. I'm not even that type of person. I honestly don't feel like anybody could do what I necessarily do. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I just mean even if we both do something similar, you can never do it exactly like me. And I definitely don't want to do it like you. So, you know, let's stay positive. Let's stay focused. I think I do want to get some people who actually have left the city, talk about why they left the city and things like that. But I mean, who knows? But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Again, thank you for watching the series. And yeah, that's a wrap.
I want that.